Oh, I thought you said something.
I was thinking about what I'm gonna say.
So they want eating for the store. Well, we could do that. We could put the logo on the back.
Hey everyone.
Either way.
Yeah.
Today's presentation is brought to you by Kashia and Lynn. I'm Kashia, that's Lynn, in case there was any confusion. I've been here going on 6 years now. Started off at 9:10, got moved to 8:30. Did the first apprentice program offered by Clemco. Finished that and got moved to 8:20, where I'm now a welder. Kind of bounce back and forth where needed as of now. Let's see. But I just wanted to say I am the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover. Outside of Clemco, I am 100% a girly girl. I like pinks, purples, glitters. My husband kills all of the bugs. You know, I like to go to the salon for 3 hours and gossip, all that good stuff, high heels, whatnot. Things that make me smile. Some of you don't see that too often. I really, really love art stuff. Anything artsy, drawing, coloring, painting, any media materials, I can do it all. It's what gives me peace. So at any given weekend, you could probably just catch me in the middle of field painting, is what I like to do. So I like to travel. Every other year, I do an international trip. I went to Paris a few years ago. Odd years, we do domestic trips. This year, I'll be going to Bali, Indonesia, is where my travel's going. I am a part-time travel agent. Been doing that for a couple years now. I like to learn different cultures, different people. That's what really interests me. I like to try different foods, all kinds of stuff like that, anything new. I like to learn. At any given time, I'm probably reading 2 or 3 books at a time. So I always like new challenges, if you can't tell. Let's see. This is my family. Those are my kiddos. It's my husband, Anthony. Not gonna talk too much about him. He is 137% the complete opposite of me. He's all boy. He's also 10 years younger than me, so I'm gonna waste all your time talking about my kiddos. They're pretty awesome kids, and I'm a realist, so if they were little a-holes, I'd pretty much tell you so. This is my handsome son, Eric. He just turned 16. He turned 16 on the 1st of January. He's been in band for several years now. He plays the trumpet. It's his favorite thing to do. It's probably like a given talent. I've never really heard him practice, but he is first year, and he does good at it. I'm not musically inclined, so I just take the teacher's word for it. When he turned 16, I gifted him a business. He will start his very own company here this spring called Cutting for College. It's a lawn care business, if you didn't get the gist. But he's been cutting lawn for a long time, so now we're just gonna make a lot legal. He doesn't show too much emotion. He's a very laid back kid. I like to describe them two as the Kashia. There's the really chill, laid back, always hilarious Kashia. And then there's the mouthy Kashia. This is my daughter, Devon. We call her Vay. I think the only person that does call her Devon is my dad. She plays trombone, also musically inclined, loves it, very good at it. She is 12. She'll be 12 in April. Had a whole lot going on, but now I'm getting nervous because I feel like it's all eyes on me. Let's see. She will be starting her very own YouTube video. She wants to be a yogi master, which is a yoga master, for those that don't know what that is. She wants to start a program for kids with anxiety, depression, ADHD, teach them mindfulness. We do a lot of that at home, so that's what she's going to get into this spring for her birthday. Let's see, I think that's all I got for us as far as getting to know me. Everybody seems really quiet. So, is there more up there? I thought that was the last one. Oh, this guy. For those that have been here for several years that I have, it's my pops that I tell all the funny stories about. So I just wanted to put a face, a face with all the stories. So he's been sick for several years, and as a family, we take care of him. My husband works nights, takes care of him during the day. I work days, take care of him during nights. But yeah, that's my pops. And a bit of useful or useless, I guess, information is all the men in the house have birthdays in January. So my son's is the 1st, my dad's was the 22nd, and my husband's is tomorrow. So that's your little January fun fact. But I think we have a slide that I'm going to pass it off to Lynn, and we'll go from there.
Awesome, thanks Kashia. So I welcome anybody that wants to come up and tell us more about your hobbies or your family. We love knowing more about you. It's the perfect conversation starter, right? Okay, so more on January. This week in January, the first time Martin Luther King Jr. Day was celebrated was January 20th, 1986. The first canned beer, January 24th, 1935. I'm not sure how long that lasted because it was a cream ale. Yum. And January 25th, 1933, the new hourly wage rate, 35 cents an hour. Look how lucky we are. All right. So, the 8 wastes, we all know them, we look for these in our daily activities, right? All right, so let's go through these together. Defects, overproduction, waiting, not using skills, transportation, inventory, motion, and extra processing. All right, we'll go into our 2-second lean videos.
Hey everybody, this is Joe from 910, Cell 5. We have a 2-second lean coming at you from Sharon, one of our newest recruits in 910. We will explain as we go. Hey everybody, this is Joe and I am in 910 Cell 4. And this is a combination of a bunch of us putting our brains together. Right now this belt is on this stand right now, and when you pull it off, it tends to kind of come off on the side, and it just keeps unrolling, and then it'll come off kind of cattywampus like that, and then it's just one big mess. So we're gonna try to fix that. So we'll get back to you. Thanks, everybody. So this is what the belt looked like before, the belt stand from the sides, and we'll show you what it looks like after we get it built. This is Joe, and we're coming at you from 910 Cell 4. We went over to the welders, and Matt, thank you, Matt, welded these pieces on here like so. So now when we unroll this belt, it should not fall off the sides like it was doing. So just a shout out to Matt and a shout out to Mike Cross for cutting these pieces here. so Matt could weld them on there. Thanks, guys. Oh, and we also put on a piece down here. See that? We put that on there so that when Cheryl Ann puts that on the feet of her skid, forks of her toe motor, thank you. That big old roll will not roll off that toe motor off those skids and hurt somebody. So that's our 2-second lean coming at you from Southport, and the original idea came from Sharon. From Crimco. So this is part 2 of our original belt movie. So now Casey has been gracious enough to allow us a little room in her little section here. So now that the belt and the whole apparatus is out of the aisle, and we scoot back in there. So then when we want to cut a belt, then we roll it out, and we're going to put it there, and we're going to roll it up the aisle. So it will not be out in the aisle anymore in the way for which Cheryl Ann is delivering product. So that's the second part of that 2-second lean.
This is Danielle. This is 2-second lean for Aaron Reagan and Cheryl Ann. We would have to walk down this aisle to get parts, and we would always have a shelf at the end to where we would have to turn around and walk all the way back around to go to the next aisle. Well, now Aaron and Cheryl Ann have moved said shelf, and now we can just walk through to the next aisle like a zigzag, and that way we can pull parts now from this side instead of having to walk all the way around just to grab whatever parts that we need. So now we have this lovely walkway, and it makes things so much easier.
Alright, this is a video from Mike Codas, a 2-second lean video. We used to have these fixtures up here in a mangled box. You had to look through them and all that other stuff to get what you want. Well, Mike had the idea of separating them and organizing them a little bit better. So that's Mike's 2-second lean video.
Hey everybody, this is Joe in the aisle back on the side of 910-4. When we do Calypsos, these frames that we get to put the Calypsos on used to be down on the floor, down here. And when we did CPFs, all these boxes, they were up on a shelf, up there. So when you got to the point that you were trying to grab the last boxes, you'd have to somehow either climb up there or put a hook up there and pull them down, and they'd fall down, and instead of getting somebody hurt, we've switched those 2 locations, and now these Calypso frames are up here on the shelf. Up there, they're easy to grab, and those stacks of boxes are down there on the floor. So that's their 2-second lean.
Hi, this is Blaine in the engineering department as an intern. I'm doing my 2-second lean on a sustaining capacity Excel sheet. So this is the old one that was for 2019, and you can see as time went on, these ECNs and red lines we put in here were kind of hard to see. The text is small, and it's difficult to see when it's complete. So for 2020, I decided to do something a little bit different. So in this new one, I kind of made this form mimic what we use on the whiteboard out in the hallway. And also, you can see that this text box is green, whereas these are not. So whenever we're done with the red line or ECN, and if you put in a date, the box turns green. So now it's really easy to go through here and see what is done and what is not. That's my 2-second lean.
So Blaine that did that video, he just went back to school, so he has his first week of school right now. So hopefully he will be back to join us in the summer. Okay, let's do our performance update for the week. We had no safety incidents, and we are ahead on On time to promise for our standard spares. On time to promise for our standard equipment is down. So last week was the first week that we kind of divided up into the industrial and the contractor side for bookings and sales. So we are down for bookings and sales for contractor, and we're down for bookings but up in sales for the industrial side. All right, we can welcome new team members. Where is Al McGuffin?
Not here today.
Oh, not here today. Okay. And how about Blake Redeker? Welcome. And we have one work anniversary, Shirley Nash from Glenn's, 9 years. So just to keep you posted on the wellness program, so in 2 weeks we have Stacy Rio joining us from the YMCA to talk about the top 10 diet mistakes. And don't forget to pick your primary care physician and schedule a well visit. All right, so the upcoming training that we have scheduled, we have the welding metallurgy. That's going to be sometime this first quarter. We have Excel during the second quarter, and we're working right now on setting a date and getting more details for the basic computer class. And there is still a sign-up sheet on the HR window for the meet and greet for the care physicians. Okay, so let's go through and run down our values. Our core values: strong desire to help others, we own it, being humble. Our aspirational values, what we're trying to achieve to, right, is courage, always learning and improving, and one Clemco. Now the fun stuff. Who has something to be thankful for?